Sex toys basically come in a variety of different shapes, forms. I mean, if you've ever looked at a catalog, I think you can kind of imagine the permutations. But some folks have issues being able to use them because of a disability. Something like, a grab reflex and being able to hold something in a position for a long period of time may become semi-problematic. And one of the things that they say as far as modification is you can get a Nerf softball and hollow it out and put whatever you're using through it and grab onto the softball. Okay? Yeah, it's amazing. I think that person should get the Nobel Prize. Okay? But it's amazing how simple somebody just thought that up. I mean, the other thing you'll see in enabling romance is an extension handle on a piece of something, okay? Because the person, knows where it goes and knows where it should go, but can't reach that region. And generally, you got to get up close and personal. So there's a way to put an extension handle on something, okay? And just that level of modification, how to take a standard sex toy and make it more disability friendly. That's kind of an oxymoron, but okay. Other questions?
My question is about how to protect yourself from AIDS and other sexually transmitted diseases, because we spend so much time and effort to get to a good experience that then adding that other layer can be really a bummer, but it also seems like it's really important. Do you have any advice or recommendations?
You want to answer? You have an answer? Okay. Okay. Ultra sensitive, they work. There's an endorsement. Okay. See, the Trojans company spends like millions of dollars doing a marketing campaign. That could be their marketing campaign. Let's put that on the T-shirt. The answer to your question is, it's the same for people with disabilities as it is for non-disabled people. Use of condoms, use of spermicide, use of other protective devices, dental dams for oral sex, okay, that kind of thing. There are people who make a choice not to use them, and that's okay also. But there is, in fact, a hygiene issue. The one thing I would say is, if we're advocating the use of sex toys, the sex toys need to be cleaned after the party's over, okay? Nobody likes to clean up, okay? And generally what they say is 3 parts water to 1 part bleach, okay? And never share sex toys with anybody other than your partner. They're cheap enough, so go buy your own, okay? Honestly, it's something where if somebody has something you like, point them to the catalog and the website and tell them to buy their own. The other thing is, I know couples who, if a relationship ends, okay, they kind of throw the toys away, being that the relationship is over, so they dispose of those things, and if they get a new partner, they buy new toys to be used with the new partner. I mean, it's a fundamental issue of hygiene. Other questions? Nobody? No other questions? You all had a lot of ideas talking to me over there, and I had people following me to the elevator, and okay, and everybody's quiet. Nobody has any questions? Okay, go ahead.
You had never experienced, but you had indicated more than one partner at one time. Now, that was partially a joke, but what do you mean more than one partner at one time? Do you think it's conceivably possible to have a person with disability and 3 or 4 at one time? Is that ever asked?
It is extremely likely. It's no more likely or unlikely as it is in non-disabled society. Some people like multiple partners, some people don't. Okay, it's completely up to your frame of mind. But I do know people with disabilities who are in polyamorous relationship and poly relationships and enjoy more than one partner, More than one partner in succession? Okay. So, okay. He's coming forward, putting his hand up slowly, and going, oh, God, he's calling on me.
As many people will tell you, I've never been the quiet one. This is just the exception. My question would be, in terms of spasticity, is there do you know of any kind of medication that can damp down this, besides baclofen, that can damp down the spasticity? Because that's been one of my main issues with the partners I've had, is the spasticity. Because, and I'll just give you a nice little synopsis. Imagine, if you will, having a spastic reaction while you're in the middle of this particular activity, and it just never turns out well.
Depending on where it is and how it is. All depends on what muscle group goes spastic first. The practical answer to the question is there are lots of things. If you have a muscle group that is consistently spastic, there are injections that you can use. I know people that have gone for them, and they say it really opens doors, if you know what I mean. Specifically, I know, not you, shy all of a sudden? Okay, I'm answering you, and you're like this. It must be really itchy. Okay. There are folks who I know. One couple in particular. She has CP. He is non-disabled, and there was a big issue. They got married, and they decided to wait until they got married to consummate. Yeah, never do that if possible. But and then they discovered that she had some spasticity in her thighs, which hindered their ability to position and have her get her legs open. And the honeymoon was not as great as they thought it would be. She came back and she got some injections. They injected both thigh muscles. She went for 2 series of them, and they say everything is much better now. Okay? So there are some topical things that can be done. She has to go for routine shots every couple of months. Sure.
And in terms of, I've had, polyamorous relationships. Honestly, just because of the baggage that comes along with it, don't put too much stock. Anybody that's thinking that that's a better thing, I've never understood the whole, if I have one relationship, one's going well, I'd like to double down. No, never a good idea. Just work on one first, and then if they can handle you and you can handle them and you can handle the mouthpiece that's attached to that, then deal with the rest. But anybody that thinks a polyamorous relationship is a good idea, unless you have a very, very, very understanding person that you're with, just in my humble opinion, in my experience, is never a good idea.
It's only a poly relationship if the other people know about each other. If they don't know about each other, it's called cheating, and there's a show on that. Question?
I just got to the conference. Do you speak anywhere in the Maryland area?
I've spoken nationally. I'll come down and do one. I'm from New Jersey, but if
Speak anywhere in the Maryland area?
generally not. I'm down here. I'm down here from New Jersey, but if you want me somewhere, we'll talk about it. Okay. Other questions? Question back here. Sorry. Hold on, I'm on wheels. That's good.
My question is, I'd like to know what KY jelly is, because the captions are never on the TV, so I don't even know what it is.
Okay. KY jelly is a sexual lubricant produced by Johnson & Johnson. Okay? Johnson & Johnson Corporation. It is not just for sex. Some folks use it as a catheterization device to lube up a catheter. Some people use it on themselves for sexual stimulation. Some people use it with their partner for sexual stimulation, and some people use it to lube up sex toys. It basically is a supplement if there's vaginal dryness or a lack of lubrication.
It is.
Going shopping?
It's good to sliding doors.
No. No? Okay. Other questions? Nobody? This is the quietest sex workshop I've ever done. People are usually really rolling by this point. No.
One more.
Okay, one more.
Last one. If a person with CP starts to, I guess, get stiff, say my muscles get tense during sex, is there something that I can do at that moment instead of waiting to go to the doctor to get injections?
I think it's going to depend on your body, how bad the cramps are, how bad the stiffness is. Some people honestly prolong a sexual encounter because they need some time in the midst of things to let muscles relax, let spasticity pass. It depends on the two people, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I know people like myself. In addition to my CP, I also have diabetes, and very often you'll see blood sugar drop or blood sugar go up during a sexual encounter because of the adrenaline and the exertion and whatever else is happening. And I know people who keep food near the bed if they need to bring their sugar up, or whatever medication they need if they need to bring their sugar down. It's just a matter of knowing your body and knowing what can happen in the midst of things. Okay, and also sometimes over preparing if you're not sure what's really going to happen. Being able to know what could happen and prepare for it helps.
Hey, Joe, do you have a list of websites that have adapted devices?
Yes, I can post that to the group.
That would be great, because I've actually gotten a lot of the one that I knew either gone out of business or I'm just getting old. Either one, I'm out of the loop. But these people 3 years ago when we were talking about sex, they wanted to make a movie. No, Christine.
Hold on. I have to say one thing about Christine. Okay, she keeps Robert honest. Okay, yeah, they wanted to make a movie. No, you wanted to make the movie.
It got so bad we laid ourselves. We had screen lays. James, yours was what? Cadillac.
Actually, the truth of that is, Kessler Institute for Rehabilitation, that's a New Jersey-based hospital, made a video for individuals recovering from disability about sexuality, and they took 4 couples out of their hospital. Some of them are both people are disabled, some people, one partner is disabled, and they actually got permission to film a sexual encounter and edited it all up and made 4 different scenes in this video to try to help people understand how people with disabilities can have sex. I have the entire video.
Can you bring the video?
I'm sorry?